Hey YouTube, what's up? It's JT Sasuke. I'm here to bring you my One Piece review. I've been doing stuff earlier, so sorry this is a bit late. Just FYI, be looking out for my prediction review for Age of Ultron either later on today or tomorrow. But moving forward, so we start off this chapter with Doflamingo making a call to Koroson. Now we all know that Koroson is not supposed to let Doflamingo know that he can talk. So he has a system of like I think one tap is yes and two tap is no and two taps is no, just to answer Doflamingo's questions. But Doflamingo basically calls them, asks how they're doing, and tells him that the Navy is selling the Opie Opie fruit, and that he wants both of them to come back, so that way they could heal him that way. And he wants Corazon to eat the Opie Opie fruit, so that way he can heal Law. Now, after they get off the phone, Doflamingo is talking to the rest of his people, and they're talking about how a bunch of Navy people have found them, and they're just they're mere tools of the Navy. They're not even part of the Navy. They're just mere tools. They're talking about how they're just talking about how Corazon might potentially be a spy or a traitor. And basically, they were just like, and I hope that's not true. Doflamingo was like, I do too, because it's no fun being serious with your brother. I agree with you, Doflamingo. That's completely true. It's no fun not being able to joke around with your brother. But moving on, we go back to Corazon. Corazon is basically happy as all types of hell. And he picks up Law, starts talking to him, saying, yay, we can heal you, this, that, and the third. We're going to take the Opie Opie fruit from Doflamingo right under their noses instead of the third. And he calls Sengoku. Sengoku, their nicknames are food, which is hilarious. I think it's rice and something else. I can't remember. I just read it too. Excuse me. But he calls Sengoku. They use their code names. And he basically asks him about the trade-off, and Sengoku was like, you're not supposed to know about that, and I can't tell you anything about it, otherwise it would mess up the trade-off. He was like, okay, well in that case, you're making it sound like Doflamingo having it would be any better. After that, Sengoku starts to reveal some things about it, and basically they come up with a plan to set up the Doflamingos on the Doflamingo family. So after that he gets off the Demimush with um he gets off the Demimush with Sengoku, and Law passes out. Corazon freaks out and he's shaking Law, asking him to help him by telling him what to do because he doesn't know what to do. And then after that after that we get a thing of Corazon and Law on a tiny boat sailing through a storm to the island itself. Now, on this boat, Law asks Corazon if he's part of the Navy. Corazon says no. Then they get to the island. The island completely covered in snow, so it's a winter island. But we get to see a bit of the pirates who actually have the Opie Opie fruit. And basically, the shape of it is a heart, and the guys are basically sitting there saying that this fruit, we could get a lot of money for it, and the Navy must be out of their minds to actually sell this, not knowing that they're probably getting set up. But yeah, they were saying how they could get a lot of money for it, and the Navy's out of their minds. And they went on to talk about how if a doctor were to get this, they'd be the most requested doctor in the world because they can cure any disease and anything like that. We get a we get a we get a definition of it earlier on that if somebody with the Opie Opie fruit has some sort of medical skill, it'll be in great hands, which is very true. Um, Corazon earlier also mentioned to Law why Law has to eat the fruit and why he can't do it. And that's just mainly because you can't have two devil fruits. He told him that, and told him that that's why Law has to eat it. But moving forward, we have a very hilarious and just hilarious and stupid montage of Cortisone trying to make Law laugh by doing different things and silencing them. He blew something up with a rocket launcher, made it silent so no one could hear it. He farted, made it silent so no one could hear it, which apparently it stunk. And he started dancing and acting like a mime and stuff like that silently, so that way no one could hear it. And eventually, Law snaps on him, saying that your power sucks. It's not even funny. Baby Five's power is better, and Corazon says, thinks to himself, "Damn, but it's true," which was hilarious when you know that your own power is whack. So we move on from there, and Corazon actually ends up sneaking into the palace. First things first, he blows up part of the palace and makes it silent so no one can hear it. And after he blows up part of the palace, people realize that it's blown up, and then he goes into the room where the people have the Opie Opie fruit. He starts turning off the lights and just doing all types of shit to make people on edge, and starts whooping on everybody. After he whoops on everybody, he grabs the Opie Opie fruit. He runs out, and as he's running, he's thinking to himself, "Law, I got it. We can heal you now." He slips, ends up falling down a mountain, and he gets surrounded by people with guns. Now, these people point their guns at his head and say, "Who is he?" And then they call back to somebody saying that we found a guy in a black robe, and it seems like he stole the Opie Opie fruit. That's when we cut to Law, who is bundled up, and he's looking out into the distance, and we see words which are most likely from Corazon saying, "Law, I know you're in pain, just wait a little bit longer." And then Law's looking out into the distance, which I assume is just because he feels like something bad is about to happen. But the chapter ends there, and it was a pretty interesting chapter. I like how they were setting up Doflamingo. I'm hoping that setup of Doflamingo goes somewhere. I hope we get to look into that, even though he wasn't really there for that. But I'm really hoping that we do, because this is actually Law's flashback and Doflamingo's flashback. So I'm really hoping that we get a little more into that. It was a pretty good chapter. It wasn't as good as the Naruto chapter. Like I said earlier, I don't think any of the chapters are going to be as good as the Naruto chapter. That's just my opinion. Thank you all for watching. I'm sorry this took so long. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.